versus Joseph Joshua Harris. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Salem.
Defense.
Nathaniel Navy, Judge.
And are you Mr. Harris?
Yes, sir.
Harris, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle as a state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility.
All right, folks, pause here. This court admonishments document is a critical legal safety net. It's basically the judge making sure Mr. Harris knows exactly what he's getting into. Deferred adjudication means no guilty verdict, right? Now, if he sticks to the rules, but slip up and boom, he could face jail time and fines. How much pressure do you think that puts on an 18-year-old? Drop your thoughts below. Would you handle this kind of second chance or crumble?
And up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Did you
Your Honor.
review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
State,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be no contact with Ricardo Valera, Valera, and you are not allowed to operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state?
Yes, ma'am.
And the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Standing Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objection.
State, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Here's where the drama kicks up. The court accepts the evidence, finds sufficient grounds to find him guilty, but defers the guilt. It's like the legal equivalent of a timeout with a big warning. Behave or else. The act. Defense lawyer's heartfelt shout out to his youth and plans adds a human layer. Makes you wonder, can hope and structure really steer a young life away from trouble? What's your take on second chances in the justice system?
After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
I have a 1-year-old daughter. He does have a plan for what he'd like to do with the rest of his life. He explained it to me. He's actively completing his GED right now. He'd like to do underwater welding, which I thought was interesting, but apparently it's a pathway to a good paying career. So he does have a plan of what he'd like to do. Obviously, this is a big wake-up call to him, and I believe that if you give him the opportunity to put him on deferred adjudication, that he will hopefully complete that and put this behind him, Judge.
All right, and what is happening with the other case he has?
You're talking about which one, Judge?
The one where he was on an ankle monitor until October 9th, 2023, when it was removed?
He's on an ankle monitor currently, so I don't...
Well, no, this is from another case.
Okay. Is that still in Bear
With
County?
with Officer Castro. Do you remember Officer Castro?
Now here's a moment that hits hard. The officer trying to understand the mindset of a young person taking what's not theirs. It's a classic clash. Youthful impulse versus adult consequences. The officer says, "I don't get it either." That's huge. What do you think causes this disconnect? Is it lack of guidance, environment, or just teen rebellion? Sound off? What's missing in the system that might stop this cycle?
Did you remove that GPS?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why would you do that?
I just wasn't thinking, and I
Like you had other things you wanted to do with your life.
didn't understand until I was 17 the consequences, like the severe consequences of my actions. I didn't know that it would.
See, I'm trying to get into the mind of young people. I don't understand why people don't understand the consequences of taking items that don't belong to you. What do you think is going to happen if you take something that doesn't belong to you?
I will go to jail.
So, I mean, I don't understand that. You're 18, and I will tell you, here in Texas, plenty of times people have taken people's vehicles while they're asleep and they see on the camera that somebody's taking their vehicle and they end up getting shot. And you know what people say? People start protesting, some do, and they say, oh my gosh, that was just a little child. And you know what other people say? Shouldn't have been stealing somebody else's property. And they're just like, oh, well, I can tell you this, nobody is probably going to be bringing charges saying, let's prosecute the person that shot this person for stealing their vehicle. Not going to happen. And then you're 18 and you're working on your GED.
Yes, ma'am. And I have a job right now.
Transportation. Struggles in a sprawling state like Texas? Real talk. This young man's relying on Uber because public transit options don't exist near him. Ever felt stuck because your city just doesn't have your back with basic services? What would you campaign for if you could lobby your local government? Let's hear those civic power moves down below.
I have a job for 4 months now. Perfect attendance. And
Doing
taking
what?
care of my daughter. I work at a cabinet shop.
Okay.
I make cabinets.
All right. I don't understand. Young people not graduating from school, they're just out having children. So does your child live with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And who else lives in the home with you?
I live with my girlfriend and my girlfriend's dad and my daughter.
Your girlfriend's father and who else?
My daughter.
And your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
And see, young people have children and then their parents just allow them, everybody come in and move in. And then people think that's normal to have children when you're not prepared to provide shelter for that child or clothing. Somebody else is going to be doing that. All right. Do you have your driver's license?
No, ma'am.
Then you cannot drive.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you get to work?
I Uber at the moment.
All right. What's wrong with Via? Does Uber cost? I think Uber probably costs more than the Via bus.
Yeah, around where I live in Selma, there's no Via bus stations. Like no bus stops or nothing.
Come on, America. Can we get some great transportation? You know, I travel all over to different countries. Their transportation is top notch. You can get on it and go wherever.
Yeah.
That's something you should be writing.
Here's the probation reality check. Marijuana use, not allowed. Alcohol? Nope. This judge is laying down the law with clear, no-nonsense rules. Slip up, and the whole deal could be revoked, landing him in state jail for up to 2 years. And get this, 2 years could mean missing critical moments with his kid. Heavy stuff. Think the threat of losing your freedom is enough to keep someone on the straight path, or do we need something more?
Your city council, writing your legislature about saying why. You know, people say Texas is the best state in the world and the best state in the country. And the United States is the best country in the world. Can we get our transportation in order?
And even if you could take via bus, it usually takes so much longer than just a car ride. So,
Well, you know what I would tell everybody? I used to take the Via bus.
Early.
And yes, I did. So I would end up at the courthouse. And you know what time I would end up getting at the courthouse?
Early.
7 a.m. And I did it because I needed to work to feed myself.
Responsibility.
I didn't want to pick up the phone calling, Mom, can you pay for my groceries this week? Although she did. I will tell you, everybody has to start somewhere, and I believe in that. All right, there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. Probation, see if you can allow him to see if you can allow him to report by Zoom, since he has the child that's a newborn, and he's working, and he's trying to get his welder's license. There's to be regular random UAs. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I'm going to test positive for marijuana.
When's the last time you used?
About 2 weeks ago, Your Honor.
Why you use it and you know you have to come to court? See, these are things that you're not thinking about as an adult. And you know what else? Your child does not want to smell marijuana on you. And then you have your your girlfriend's or fiance's father allowing you to live in their house and you're not doing right. So we're going to do regular UAs, tests for levels. Those levels had better start going down, and no marijuana use. You're not allowed to use marijuana while you're on probation.
Yes, Your
It's
Honor.
against the rules of probation. You're not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation. It's against the rules of probation. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So regular UAs, tests for levels, field visits 1 time per month until a negative UA. There's to be no driving without valid license. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution.
Last but not least, the The judge's final warning is a powerful one. Every decision from here on out carries huge weight. Is what I'm doing worth risking jail and losing my family? Those questions could save or shatter lives. What advice would you give Mr. Harris or anyone in his shoes? And for those watching, how would you handle pressure if your future was literally hanging by a thread? Drop your wisdom. Let's keep this conversation alive.
50 of, I'm going to order that you get your GED.
Yes.
50 of those hours will be deemed satisfied once you obtain your GED.
Yes.
The other 150 hours, you can do those hours, or either you can better yourself if you obtain your welder's license.